Another thing that you kind of tease at in this novella is different cultural conceptions of femininity. Like Olympe has different rules that she was raised to follow than the English women that she encounters. Is there anything about that to share with the listeners?
Just that it was really fun to research and think about. So Olympe has gone to girls' schools in Paris. That's where her kind of finishing school was. And there's this perception in, at least among 18th century English, that, the French, they're so sophisticated. I think there's still some element of that going around. They're just a little bit fast, those French girls. And there's an element of independence that she doesn't question. Why wouldn't I think for myself? Why wouldn't I make decisions? She doesn't feel crippling guilt over rebelling against what her mother wants for her, which is conventional marriage to a man who's got a title and will help elevate the family. And she says no. And she takes off, or she has good reasons. I like to think she has good reasons. But yeah, I think that independence of mind is something that's really unique to the 18th century as well, which is funny because it's the most outrageous of fashions, like when you think of how much they're carrying around in those enormous skirts and the wigs and the rest of it, you have those tight bodices and the rest. The fashions are just over the top, but the thinking around women's roles is still being played out, which I
Right,
find,
because it was the era of enlightenment without any of the revolution, so people weren't threatened by these radical ideas that could upend status quo.
yeah, yes, exactly. I think that's part of the fun of the period. There's just so much changing, and everything sort of feels culturally like the ground is shifting under their feet.
Hmm.
Everyone's trying to negotiate their way. And
Yeah.
then, Europe is full of wars at the same time too, so you have to think about the consequences of that. And I think that too has lent to her Olympe's independence because her father, died in prison and her stepfather is on the other side now. So their castle is being contested. Her sister's at the center of it. That's kind of her driving conflict. And so she is the one left to do something. Her brother's dead. Her brother got killed in battle. The heir is gone. It's her now and her sister. So what do you do when you're left? What do you do when war leaves you with, you know, that wreckage? How do you rebuild? How do you fix it?
Yeah. You get a great story out of it. That's what
I
you do.
hope so. I really liked her. I really had fun writing her.